Welcome back to Halftime Report on CNBC-TV18. Now, let's put the spotlight on the commodity space and specifically metals because they are not losing their sheen. And Manisha Gupta is here to take us through that conversation. Good afternoon, Manisha.
Afternoon, well, yes, if you look at the silver prices, this is the one that I want to focus on, and we've seen an all-time high in the overnight markets yet there. There is, of course, a bit of a profit-taking right now from those newer record highs, but where are the prices headed from here and what are the trends that we're looking at in India for 2026? For that conversation, let's go to Chirag Sheth of Metal Focus. Chirag, hi, thank you so much for joining in. A new all-time high, and where do you see all this buying come in from to keep the prices continuing to surge?
Well, yes, silver is not disappointing the investors. Which every day is a new day in terms of silver prices. So I think, much of this is purely driven by investment demand and the stories around the new usages of silver. I think if you look at in India, right, we are seeing that probably there is a bit of demand slowdown among categories like jewelry and silverware. However, investment demand has continued to remain robust, and that's why I think India has imported roughly about 7,000 tons of silver in 2025.
You said investment demand continues to be on the stronger side. Would you say much of that is physical or this is on paper, would you say?
No, I think it's actually both, Manisha. You have seen steady flows into silver ETFs, and I think the industry estimates that silver ETFs holdings are anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 tons. That said, we've also seen during our discussions with some of the large bullion dealers and investors, we've seen strong offtake of physical silver as well, especially your 15 kg, 30 kg bars, especially bought by the high net worth individuals, the ultra high net worth individuals. So it's been a mix of both. You've seen ETF flow strong, but also strong physical demand.
What's your sense on prices now, Chirag? Because I was reading a Bank of America report which says $135 an ounce of a possibility and a $300 an ounce of a possibility as well going forward in the years to come. So we're trading almost at around 80 and 82 with the kind of upside moves that the street is anticipating. This is again on the back of sentiment, or as in the story that you would be looking at higher demand going forward.
So I think, Manisha, there are a couple of important things to understand. As you're aware, we had a bullish view on silver for the last 2 years, but I don't think even we anticipated the kind of price rally that we've seen. Our forecast for 2026 was roughly about $70, which has actually come in 2025. So we are still trying to put our heads on and see, where the prices are going. However, it's important to understand that beyond a certain price point, a lot of silver usages will see thrifting. We've started to see that in last couple of years, especially in contacts, where there has been shift towards copper, nickel. We might see that in solar also. That many solar cell producers or silver powder and paste producers are now looking at probably putting in more of copper. So I think that's very, very important to understand that, the new usages, while they are all fueling the silver rally, it's important at what price point it becomes unsustainable. Second, I think an important point is the US Section 232 and the US tariff rulings, which might come in the first quarter. I think that will to some extent drive the next silver rally. So I think there are still a lot of moving parts. While the silver market continues to remain bullish, one should trade it with caution given the rally that we've seen in last year.
Clearly. Chirag, also, what's your sense on the hallmarking part of it? Because with the way the silver prices have been rising and people are buying physical silver as well, as you said, there have been concerns about silver for a very, very long time because for silver, it's about jewelry, small pieces of silverware, etc., to, of course, bars coming in as well. And there's no hallmarking.
No, absolutely. I think, look, if you actually look at, likes of piles or silver articles which are sold in India, which is a quite significant market. Usually we've seen that in last 10 years, the purity have increased from 30-40% to 60-70%. However, it is still highly unorganized, and it is high time that, hallmarking gets introduced in silver like we've seen in gold. And given the fact that where silver prices has gone, I would say the government needs to take an initiative over here and introduce compulsory hallmarking like they've done in gold.
Okay. Okay. All right. Chirag and Manisha, thank you so much for taking us through that conversation. Who knew the silver coins that we get casually from our elders would mean so much now in terms of pricing? But it was an interesting conversation.